Hello, everyone. Welcome. We are the Xonebros. This is your positive gaming and Xbox One community.
Yep.
Yes,
that is us.
It is. We are back, and better than ever. It's raining outside, which is kind of refreshing.
Is
in
it
my
raining?
opinion. It is raining. It's nice.
That's awesome.
Jordan
Usually
got
it snows.
Jordan got mad at me for not opening the door fast enough for him, so he was getting
Well,
wet.
he seems like that kind of guy.
Yes.
He's high maintenance.
This is podcast number 5. As always, I'm joined by the bros, the X1 bros. First and foremost, if he were an animal, he'd be a giant lazy cat. It's Mr. McSpicy, Mark Haywood.
I probably would.
I could see you as a cat.
I could see myself as Garfield.
Also a koala bear.
Ooh, yeah. I could be a koala bear.
Climbing
See,
trees.
I'm fuzzy and cuddly, but I can take your face off if I need to.
Snacking on some eucalyptus.
Sleep during the day.
Oh, man. Giant claws. Scratch your eyes out.
Yeah, that's me. That is me.
If he were an animal, he'd be a gecko. It's Jordan the Man, Jordan Paskett.
Hello.
Best thing that happened to you this week, Jordan?
It's Friday.
Oh, it is Friday. You almost spilled yours. Oh, it's empty.
It's empty.
Oh, good job. So,
I
was it a
drank it
long
pretty
week or
quick.
something?
No, it's just I like the weekend.
Oh, who doesn't?
Yeah.
Unless you have to work on the weekend, then the weekend really sucks. And last but not
Yes.
least, if I were an animal, I'd be a badass cheetah. I am X1. We are the X1 Bros.
That's funny.
Some house cleanup here. We have been getting in, and I would like to thank everyone for submitting and donating game codes for different games. If you would like to submit game codes, please do so. Let me know, let McSpicy or let Jordan the Man know, and we'll try and get them to people. We're going to go about this a little way. Instead of giving them away on the show or through Twitter, what we're going to do is we're going to set up a thread in the forum where it'll be called like game codes or games in need or gaming for the homeless or something. And if you need a game code or you have something that, maybe we'll post there, hey, we got Fallout 4. Who wants a Fallout 4 game code or something? And then you guys let us know and we'll pick someone. But every week we'll do that. If you have game codes or you're looking for a game to get, there'll be a thread there. More to come next week after we get it all figured out. But that's what we're going to do with that. So please, thank you so much for sending your game codes. If you wonder why I haven't given them away yet, we were trying to decide how to best do it. That's how we're going to do it.
Yes.
Next,
It's a good idea.
Yeah. With the Super Bowl coming up, that means the Madden tournament is just around the corner. This year we're going to do fantasy draft, Madden tournament. Basically, stay tuned for details. I haven't finalized it yet, but I'm going to set it up this week on the forums. So head over to the forums. If you haven't signed up on the forums or joined us there, x1bros.com/forum. The community is thriving
Yeah.
and growing
Yeah.
like a 13-year-old boy's growth spurt.
And those spurts can grow.
Oh, yes, they can. Anyways, it's a great place to get to know everyone. There's tons of great conversations. If you're worried about, the internet is crazy and there's crazies out there, that is not this community and that's not these forums. Like it's some really good discussions, opinions, questions. I love the forums. Anyways, head over there. And last but not least, we're getting more Patreon donations. Thank you so much, you guys. It's helping out a ton. It's going to help make the show, build the community, get to where we want this to go in the future, which is we want to take over the world and be the place for all things gaming. Because journalists don't need to have their grubby paws on it. Real gamers do, like this community, right?
Yeah.
Anyways, if you haven't yet, please consider going over to Patreon. Check out our video. Even if it's just $1 a month, it helps out a ton. And again, thank you so much to everyone who has chosen to support us over there, past and present. And with that, let's get this show on the road. Jordan, what's happening in the world that is Xbox One this week?
Can we start out with hardware?
No.
Oh, there's no hardware this week. Oh.
I know.
You let me down.
I know.
You let us all down.
We can talk about the software that runs on the hardware.
All right, let's
You
do
know
it.
what? Yeah, I'm back in. You grabbed me right back.
So we can move pins around.
Oh, yeah. I saw
Yes.
this. I saw the demo of it.
Yeah, so if you don't know what that means, at the bottom of your Xbox when you hit the right trigger to pull you down really fast, or you just use the other way of scrolling down normally, it goes to your pins, and the only way to move your pins around is if you had smart glass.
Mm-hmm.
And you can move them, rearrange them how you want, and now they're bringing it to the Xbox One. A small feature that you don't really think about, but a good feature, yeah.
Yeah.
Like
It's like
it's I'm excited for it. I like to organize my pins in a certain way, and now I can
like-
just do it right there on the Xbox.
Batman's utility belt. It's
Yeah.
just another
weapon
Tool.
in the tool belt.
Anyway, so that's a cool update. That's
another tool in the weapon belt.
I believe that's I believe that's available to the testers in the preview program.
Yeah.
But coming in the February update along with everything else, which is really cool.
Cool.
Moving on, Games with Gold for February has been announced for the Xbox One. Well, all these are for the Xbox One, but the Xbox One specific ones are Hand of Fate. That's going to be free from the 1st of February to the 29th. Styx, Master of Shadows. I'm excited to pick that one up for free from February 16th to March 15th. And then the Xbox 360 ones that are playable through backward compatibility on Xbox One are Sacred Chapel, February 1st to February 15th, and Gears of War 2, February 16th to February 29th. So
any of these that you're
4
interested in?
good games.
Styx
Yeah,
looks cool.
yeah,
Styx
Styx.
is like a stealth one. I remember when it came out, I was watching the reviews.
yeah, I'm excited to actually get Styx and play it a little bit.
Same. Hand of Fate looks interesting. If you haven't checked out Hand of Fate, I was looking at the other day when the announcement for February came out. Hand of Fate is like this first person adventure RPG, but when you get into battles or situations, your weapon is your deck, and it's a card game, and you're building your deck to beat people.
Yeah.
Like really, really cool concept. I'm really interested to see how it plays out. I made sure to go on and grab my my
and
free-to-play
they're all
games
free.
this month,
So check it out. Oh, also free, The Witcher 2, Assassins of Kings, still free through February. I thought it was through February 4th, but on this week on Xbox, Major Nelson said it was till February 5th.
very nice.
So just a reminder, go pick that one up. It's free. It's an excellent game to have in the collection. After you finish bidding Witcher 2, you can go back, or Witcher 3, you can go back and play Witcher 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, that one's still free, so go check it out. The deals this week, now, like always, these are only for, I guess, the live listeners and everybody who listens to us on Saturday and Sunday, because these will be done February 1st, which is Monday. But we got Assassin's Creed Syndicate large, medium, and helix, or large, medium, and extra large helix packs. Large is 40% off, medium is 25% off, and the extra large is 50% off, which is really good. You got Far Cry 4 60% off.
Nice.
That is a good deal.
Yeah. Yeah.
You got Grand Theft Auto 5, 33% off, and then you got the shark cards. Depending on what shark card you can get, you got 40% off, 50% off, and 45% off for the shark card cash bundles. And you also got Rise of the Tomb Raider, 10% off. That's pretty good because that's a new game still.
That's not bad.
And Rise of the Tomb Raider Deluxe Edition also 10% off. And you got Tachyon Project, 50% off, and the Crew Wild Run Edition.
The one that I'm most
25%
curious on there is Far Cry 4. It's
Yeah,
60%
off.
McSpicy, you played that.
What is that?
How
What is
far
that?
into that game did you get?
40% probably.
bad.
Yeah,
That's
40% or so.
Would you?
It's a good game.
Is that a buy at 60% off?
What's the overall price now? So 60% off, $60.
So we're probably looking at 30.
Like 20. Yeah. It's a good game. I mean, it's the major complaint when it released was it was very similar to Far Cry 3.
Sure.
I did not see that as a complaint because I really liked Far Cry 3.
Uh-huh.
So it's a solid game. It's kind of like a Grand Theft Auto style game in the wilderness with hunting and decent storyline,
Sure.
you know. But I think if it's $28, I think it's, if you have not played it and you like that style of game, it's a great buy.
Cool.
I think that's a good price.
Elephant riding.
$24 even.
How is the
Elephant
elephant riding?
You know what? Did I elephant ride yet? I killed people off elephants. I don't think I ever.
You never got an elephant yet.
Not at the point that I played.
And couldn't you also like hang glide or
Yeah.
fly
Yeah, fly
around?
helicopter.
That's how. So hang gliders are when you traverse the map, when you explore and you can take cars and stuff. If you go up to like top of cliffs, there'll be a hang glider waiting there, and it's just a means of fast traveling from one
Hey,
place to
this
the other.
nice.
this game has
$24 is a great price.
This
That's
game
the price.
has cooperative, right?
It does, but it's not like co-op in the game. It's a different. It's a co-op where you capture points.
It's a
kind of
co-op
thing.
game.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Well, hey, if I think
Within
I
the
might,
game.
I think I might pick that up for $24.
I say you do.
Yeah, that's not
Do it.
that bad at all.
It's a great game.
yeah.
and
I mean, that's a lot. That's a good game to go back to when you got nothing to play. You know.
I think you would like it, especially David, because the hunting in the game is rewarding. Where
very nice.
you can find rare beasts, and they're and when you take these beasts, you can turn them. You can upgrade your gear with certain skins of like a rare tiger or stuff.
Sure.
You're in the Himalayas kind of thing. So I mean, keeping
Everything's rare in the Himalayas.
yeah, but like you can if you can skin certain animals to get a bigger size wallet where you can hold more money.
Oh, okay, cool.
And you can hold more arrows, and you can hold more. Depending, you can go to places and look what you need to get these.
Oh, that's cool. I like that.
Things. So there's like many bounties to improve the gear that you use in the game later on.
Wow.
It makes it it's a dynamic that I really liked.
Yeah,
in
that
the
is
game.
cool.
Does it
I
have
like that a
competitive
lot.
multiplayer as well?
I don't think so. I don't think it does. I might be wrong. I never played it, but I don't think it does.
Yeah, no, I think I'm gonna do it.
Maybe it does, but I don't think it does.
I think I'm gonna do it. And then the gold edition, which comes with all the DLC, is I think I just might do that one. $29 for all. I think the gold edition comes with. I don't know. I think it comes with more.
Whatever it is. It's
Yeah,
$29.
it comes with one of the
$0.70.
comes with one of the game add-ons. So,
Cool.
anyway,
Legal.
very cool deal. So those are good through Monday. So if you want that, hurry up and get on it.
Yes.
But moving on, we also have a lot of games that came out on Xbox this week, especially in the arcade. We got Qbert rebooted, now available. Well, it's actually now available for digital pre-order and download on Xbox Ones, but it's coming out February 12th, which looks really cool. So,
I never
well,
played
it's Qbert. It's Qbert rebooted. So,
All right.
we also have Level 22 now available for Xbox One. This War of Mine, we talked about this last week. It was for pre-order. It's now available. This game looks really good.
That does
It's
look
about
cool.
the war-torn world. It's very cool looking.
It looks
game.
strategic because
Uh-huh.
you decide when to go in and out of games. Or
Yep.
in and out of buildings.
And every time you start a new game, everything's randomly generated. It's a cool looking game. That's
That is
definitely
cool.
a good one to pick up. We also have APID, AIPD.
That looks cool. I was looking at that last night because I was looking at co-op games that we could play together. That's just not enough players in that one, but it does look cool.
We also have Sparkle 2.
A lot like Montezuma's Revenge.
Yep.
Mick Spicy tells me.
Yep. We also have The Living Dungeon now available for Xbox
This
One.
one we are gonna play.
9 players.
It's like a board game, Dungeons
Yeah.
and Dragon type
Yeah.
of thing that you can
It's
play.
really cool. Is it
with your friends.
What is the price on it?
I think
believe
was it 20? I think it was 20.
is- Oh, it's actually on sale
It's
right
on
now,
sale right now.
$11.99.
Normally it's
normally
$14.99.
15.
Yeah, that's not bad.
$14.99. So
Yeah,
The Living Dungeon.
I'm just curious at how the game mechanics work in
yeah,
that.
you and up to 9, or up to 9 players. So you and 8 other players. Basically, yeah, it's like a Dungeons and Dragons live action
Cool.
board game. The Amazing Princess Sarah is now available as well for the Xbox One. Go ahead and check that one out.
Mm-hmm.
We also have Roblox, which is free. Roblox, which is free to play.
Roblox
And
reminds
actually,
me.
I think I'm gonna maybe play this weekend. Maybe make a game or something.
It reminds me of Lego, like kind of like a Lego knockoff. I don't want to say knockoff, but
Yeah.
and Minecraft. If you were to combine,
Yeah,
the two.
because the whole game is community. Like everybody creates different game modes, and you play those game.
I think on
modes.
Facebook when I posted this story, I put when Minecraft meets Spark.
Yeah.
Right? Isn't
Yeah,
that kind
pretty
of what
much,
it is?
yeah.
You make your own
Everybody's
games
making
and-
game modes and stuff. It's really cool. It's really there's a ton of different ones too. So, but that's out. We also have WRC 5 FIA World Rally Championship demo available for the Xbox One. This is just a demo. Full game comes out later, but the demo is now available for you guys to check out. Obviously, it's a demo, so it's free. We also have the double pack that comes with Saints Row and Metro, which is pretty cool.
That is cool.
So 2 games for one, and that is at $60 or $55. So not too bad for 2 games. Also, Mortal Kombat XL available for digital pre-order on Xbox One. This is basically, I call them the Game of the Year editions, which is what they're usually called, but it's kind of has all the DLCs and stuff like that. But also, we got Marvel Lego Avengers.
Another
Another Lego
Marvel.
game out now on the Xbox One. Very cool.
Yeah.
So, okay, so moving on, or back to
Yes.
the interface of the Xbox One. There's a community calendar, which can't remember if we talked about last
No,
week or not.
we
But
didn't-
there's a new community calendar,
remember
which is
talking
really
about
cool. The community calendar is basically filled with tons of gamers who are putting up events, following fans. It's just a cool place to go to meet friends, meet new friends, find events that are happening on Xbox Live and join them to meet new friends, and just
Can we get on there?
Yeah, anybody can get on. It's out now. It's out completely.
No.
I like
Completely,
making
yeah.
new friends.
I like
Yeah.
making friends.
Yeah, and you can just find events, what people are doing. You can see people that are streaming on different days. It's just a super cool social aspect. Very, very cool. It has community spotlights, live streams, tournaments, game launches.
Oh,
So very cool. Very cool thing to check. If you haven't checked it out, check it out. It's just a fun little thing that you have. You have to go to the App Store and download the calendar, but it's really cool. So moving on, this week, Ryan McCaffrey,
Sure.
who we got to interview a little while
We've had
back,
on the show, yes.
he had a really cool interview with Xbox executive Aaron Greenberg.
ooh,
So very cool, and they talked about a lot of stuff. I didn't get to listen to the whole interview. Plan on listening to it this week, and if you haven't listened to it,
I'm sure it's fantastic.
yeah, if you haven't listened to it, listen to it this weekend because it's good. Because there's a lot of cool stuff that came out of there. They talked about the scale-bound delay. They basically Aaron Greenberg, he's the marketing manager over at Microsoft, by the way.
Okay.
He talks about Scalebound being pushed back to 2017. Basically, kind of saying it'll be tough for this holiday. Microsoft has a lot of games coming out, right?
Yeah.
So obviously, you don't want those games to compete with each other. So you're gonna want to spread them out a little bit so everybody can get to play them. So that's one reason Scalebound was pushed back. And he also said that Scalebound is an aspiring. Is that how you say that word? Aspiring.
ASPIRANG.
Yeah, aspiring game?
Aspiring. Yeah.
So-
yeah.
He said it's an aspiring game, and they want to give Platinum Games enough time with it to really develop it and let it shine.
Well, I mean,
So-
the
and
concept,
basically-
the concept is kind of new. I mean,
Yeah.
what they're trying to do, I think, is new. So that's
Multiplayer dragons.
I don't mind them delaying that game. Well, but not only that, but it's
they have headphones in the game.
but it's also the multiplayer aspect of it too, where you're fighting and you're sending your dragon to fight, and your friend is sending their dragon to fight while he's fighting as well. Like that's a really cool concept when you think about it, and probably really complicated to pull off.
yeah.
So I don't mind them delaying that at all.
I just like games that are polished and finished, so I'm
Amen.
all for this.
Amen.
Thanks, David.
Yeah.
Yeah, so anyway, very cool. He talked about it, just, basically what we heard Platinum Games say a few months ago when they told us it was delayed. They just want to work on it more, which basically is what it sounded like. They also talked in the interview about the Xbox, PlayStation, Microsoft, Sony rivalry, and I'm just going to read this right out of the interview so I don't mince words. But they talk about Microsoft and Sony as it relates to the Xbox and PlayStation brands.
Yeah.
He said, of course, because he talked about, Microsoft's behind right now, blah, 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 all that stuff. And he said, of course, Microsoft wants to win. The Xbox right now is Xbox One is currently the second best-selling game console behind the PS4, which is still good. I mean,
Well,
Second best out
you're-
of 2.
well, 3. But what I'm saying is
2.5.
EA kind of had a leak, and basically people are kind of quoting that Xbox has sold 19 million units.
Yeah, what happened?
still
what
huge,
happened is
yeah.
PlayStation 4 announced 21 or 31
31
million, I think, units have been sold to date, and then EA in their press conference said they are on 55 million or something like that, and so you do the math, works out to be about 19 million consoles
But
sold.
say-
So you're down by 11 million. That's a lot of consoles, but it's not so bad.
But I mean, you take 19 million and you times it by what's the cheapest? $300 for an Xbox console.
Yeah, okay.
19 million times 300.
Well, and
They're not hurting.
And what,
You
is
know,
that just?
they're still doing good.
Okay.
So and that's just the consoles. The games will also So anyway,
I love how energetic you get when we talk about these, Jordan.
well, that's a lot of money out there, man.
well,
That is what we got to do. We got to build a console.
Build a console, and then we could be like, instead
And
of,
even if we're like Nintendo, at what sitting, I don't know. Let's just say Nintendo. Let's just say we sell 1 million consoles at $200.
all right, I'll get on this.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll go. I have a soldering gun in the garage. I'll make it happen.
That's all we got to do. Have a couple exclusives.
And I got some batteries too. Batteries and a soldering iron. What else do I need?
I don't know. But he did say, and this is all quoting, quote, we play and, talking about Microsoft and Sony, we play and compete, but after the game, we shake hands. He said, noting that he is friends with a handful of Sony executives. We all feel really fortunate that we get to work in this industry. And while there's competitiveness, there's also mutual admiration between the two companies. I thought it was a very good
Yeah.
answer
great statement.
to this, rivalry, fanboys left and right. You know what I mean? Like, very good.
Okay, that rivalry makes me. I had this conversation with my barber, which is also David's barber today.
Oh yeah, you went there today.
Yeah, he's a PlayStation guy. You know?
Oh, yes.
And
And there's
so we
nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Did you tell him I sent you?
Yeah, I did actually.
Did he remember me?
He did. He said, was he the one that hates his job at Westminster?
That's me. That is me.
No, yeah. So we chatted about. We thought, and so he's total PlayStation. You know, he's hardcore PlayStation. I'm kind of. I lean more towards Xbox, but I'm all three. We even have a Wii U that we never play.
Sure.
But you know, I'm very neutral. But I prefer Xbox because of the social aspect. Anyways, we were talking about the fanboyism, and we find it hilarious because it's about gaming. That shouldn't.
It's about something that should be fun and relaxing.
Fun and relaxing, and we just had a good time because it's just I don't know. I just find that whole argument kind of. I used to get annoyed by it, but after sitting back and thinking about it with my barber, which was a great time. Thank you, David.
Oh, yeah.
Appreciate you sending me over there. No, it's just funny. It's just funny. Like it should be fun. It should be relaxing.
Well, even with
everyone should just be having a good time.
with all of them, with Nintendo, PlayStation, Microsoft, and the PC, they're all games.
Yeah, and tying back into this interview, I really liked how he said we compete with each other, but there's a mutual respect and admiration for.
While we compete, there's a mutual admiration.
Yeah, that's so.
of course. I mean, anybody that's ever been involved in any kind of competition, you respect someone that's good at what they do.
Yeah.
And these guys are all the best at what they do.
Well, and these guys, I mean, they're all like. So he says he's friends with a handful of Sony executives. I'm sure they all know each other. You
Yeah.
know?
Oh, of
they're
course.
They go golfing.
Yeah, they golf together on the weekends. They go to the same restaurants.
They have
It's like Peyton Manning respects Tom Brady, even if he's a cheater. I mean, and I'm gonna get lots of tweets about that
Yeah,
one.
for
I'm
the
just
Pat
kidding. I respect Tom Brady as well. He's a really good cheater. Just kidding. Well, again, just kidding. Just kidding.
Yeah, that's a can of worms, David.
I'm angry because I never get him on my fantasy football team. So
Yeah, but he talks about there's no hatred. It's just they compete, but there's that mutual respect, and I think that's what they're trying to go for. Like if you notice, Phil Spencer has also came out and said, they don't care about console wars, this and that. They're just there to make fun games.
Yeah.
And I think that's the mentality and attitude you got to have. So.
Yeah, for sure.
But very, very cool interview. Check it out. Also in the interview, they talk about some gameplay hints of Sea of Thieves.
seemed cool.
which is
What I thought was really cool about this part of the
Yeah.
interview is they talked about him and Phil Spencer were on plane and someone else was on plane and how they all played together and interacted. And one person jumped off the boat and went and brought another boat back and started firing at them. Like, Sea of Thieves seems just like a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very
Who
good.
does it? What kid didn't grow up wanting to be a pirate?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, that's
Everyone has
true.
been a pirate at
Halloween,
Halloween
yeah.
at one point.
Yeah.
Like, so it's just like Arcade. Who hasn't wanted to tame dinosaurs in the wild and ride them?
and put a house on top of them.
I know. It's just, how has this game not been made sooner?
But anyway, they talk about Sea of Thieves, and like David said, it sounds cool. That Sea of Thieves coming out this year by Rare for Xbox One. The interview, I think, is around 90 minutes, but it's a really good interview. So if you remember
I
back
recommend
to the Xbox bosses where they had Phil Spencer and Peter Moore and all the previous, I mean, it's like that. It's a good interview. So
Yeah.
it's good to listen to. So,
So go listen to it.
yeah, because it's awesome. So,
Awesome.
Visceral Games and the Untitled Star Wars game. Remember, we talked about this probably a long time ago, but Visceral Games is working on a Untitled Star Wars game right now. Visceral Games is the people that did, I think, Dead Space 3 and Battlefront Hardline.
We talked about it a long time ago
Yeah.
in a
Oh, hey.
Galaxy
You see what I did
Far,
there?
Far Away.
Very good.
Thank you. Thank you.
But anyway, Visceral Games, Visceral Games, according to EA CFO Blake Jorgensen, is still a few years away. So, sorry, Visceral Games, the Untitled Star Wars game by Visceral Games, according to EA CFO Blake Jorgensen, is still a few years away. So don't expect it anytime soon.
Okay.
They probably haven't even started.
Yeah, they've been just kicking it.
Yeah, hanging out.
Golfing on the weekends
Yeah,
with Phil
whatever.
Spencer.
Do you think they golf?
Oh, yeah. Who doesn't golf?
Yeah, if I'm a chief executive of any company, I'm golfing.
Oh, yeah. Why not? What is it? Something like 70% of all business deals are made on a golf course.
Like,
Something
yeah,
insane
big,
like that.
yeah. Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
80% of all
Do you think
statistics
the way
are
they
made
do
up.
it, like, hey man, if you make this par 4, we'll give you an exclusive? Like, you think they just bet each
That
other?
would be the
That'd
best.
be hilarious.
That would
That's how.
like,
That's how games.
hey man,
are
you want
decided.
exclusive DLC rights? Hole in one. Go ahead. That's how they bet.
That's how Xbox got Forza, actually.
Yeah.
I think.
Oh, that's funny. Anyway, speaking of games, the Rainbow Six Pro League is official.
Yes.
So, courtesy of Ubisoft and ESL, the Rainbow Six Pro League will begin in March of this year on both Xbox One and PC. So, get ready for that.
I think this will be fascinating to watch because that game is so different of a shooter. It's not so twitchy. I mean, those skills definitely help that muscle memory, but also the strategy involved. It's going to be fascinating to watch. Rainbow Six is set up to be a spectator sport as well, very well.
Yeah.
I mean, more so I think than like a Call of Duty or I think Rainbow Six is going to be fascinating with the teamwork involved.
Well, it's got
what
that.
classes, how they use them together. You're going to see some cool stuff.
It's kind of like a hybrid. It's got that impact. Like CS:GO is great because there could be a total of 30 rounds.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Which it's kind of like why one of the reasons I like football is every play something is going to happen that you don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? There's that feeling of, oh, what's going to happen? Oh, that was cool. What's going to happen? Oh, that, you know, and so you have these rounds like that. You mix that with the MOBA side of things, which is another huge esport.
Oh, yeah.
Where you can have this character's abilities counters this one, but his counters this one, and then you have that kind of strategic element that makes it even more what's going to happen because of how
Sure.
these guys are playing. Yeah, for sure. I absolutely agree with you on that. Rainbow
It's going to
Six
be a fun sport to watch.
Yes, I'm excited.
Funny sport.
Yeah.
Funny sport.
And it'll be on Xbox One and PC. So be sure if you want to compete, that's where you got to compete on one of those two. So very cool. I don't know if I talked about this last week. I put it in the news again. Far Cry Primal official Takar trailer. I think I did.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's out. If I didn't mention it last week,
It
it's out.
looks
Check
cool. It looks really cool.
So,
and I'm really excited for this game.
I think we did talk about it last week. I just couldn't remember.
But after
so.
playing The Division, I'm kind of looking past this game now.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. You know what I mean? Like, I
Yeah.
think that game looks really cool. I want to see more. They haven't really shown off much of the story. In this trailer, they showed a little bit more of the story. Whereas, versus Far Cry 3, I never played Far Cry 3, and I still know
mean 4?
that bad.
Oh, the bad dog
guy.
3? Yeah.
Like,
No, from Far Cry 3. Yeah.
yeah, and
the
kind
phone?
of the premise around it, and
Yeah.
that's what was the draw to the Far Cry
Yeah,
3.
yeah.
Even Far Cry 4, I know because it's the dude in the suit, and he seemed
Yeah.
like a rich billionaire, heartless dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool, dude.
But Far Cry Primal, I don't know. They haven't really presented that.
Well, and
so much
and
yet.
like their standalone Blood Dragon, you
Uh-huh.
know, like their other one, it was not it was a different kind of game versus like it was so different than Far Cry 3. I don't know. I mean, I'm just trying to say I don't know. I don't know what kind of story they could bring. It could be something completely different than Far Cry 4 because it looks a lot like Far Cry 4 to me, kind of. You know,
Yeah.
just you have a spear and you can tame animals.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
And you can send your animals after your enemies.
yeah, grab their
Eat them.
I have little Yorkies. I would love them to do that. Go.
Bentley,
Dude, little dogs,
Bentley attack.
little dogs, they would be easy to beat up. Let's be honest.
Well, I know, but they talk hard too.
But it would
They're
be in
like,
numbers,
They're
in
like the guy
numbers.
that's like, hit me.
They'd be
hit me.
they'd-
They're
you'd have-
really loud and in your face, but when you hit them, they're like, oh,
You'd have to zerg with them. You'd just have to have a lot of them.
okay.
Dude, we should make a game where you just have like poodles and Yorkies, and it's like a strategy game, an RTS, and they fight each other.
Different.
And we could call it, like,
dog
the
fighting.
Pound.
The Pound.
The Clash of Canines.
Clash of Canines.
Something.
That's funny.
We could get Liam Neeson
Yeah.
to do a commercial for us.
Yeah, yeah. And we could voice all the dog sounds, like, this is my Great Dane. You know?
Where's this show? What are we talking about?
Anyway, Metal Gear Solid 5 has shipped.
That's your berserker.
That was good. That was it.
That's your scout. He's
Yeah.
your scouting dog.
He's really quick and can hide.
That's funny. Anyway, Metal Gear Solid 5 has reported shipping over.
Total War K9.
Total war
Urgent
Canine.
Cashew.
Oh man, yeah. We could. That would be fun. We'll do it. real-time strategy, K9,
K9 style.
total war style. So you have your archers. And oh man, that's funny.
That's funny. All right, so Metal Gear Solid 5 Phantom Pain.
Your dogs are slowly running across the map. I can totally see this. This is great.
Metal Gear Solid 5 has shipped over 6 million copies
Cool.
as of
And
this
that game
month, so-
deserves all the success that it gets.
Yes.
Really good game. Yeah.
Yes, it does. Hey, David, you'll like this next story. USC, the University of Southern California, is starting its own publishing game program
Cool.
because apparently I didn't know this, they have an excellent gaming
Program.
I did not know
yeah.
that. So my best friend growing up, Christopher Collins, if you're out there,
What up?
he graduated with in computer programming from USC.
Oh.
But I didn't know that they had gaming or
Yeah.
anything like that.
So USC is going to start its own games publishing program, which is very cool. Getting into the old
now
game.
I wonder. This is going to be off side topic. How successful colleges can be at this? I don't know. I'm not in that industry.
Well, publishing program, like publishing.
Well,
Are we
but-
talking about like a publisher?
Uh-huh. They said, yeah, publishing.
no.
game.
They're doing their own publishing program. So you
publishing
can get a
program.
degree in video game publishing.
Yeah.
Right? And that's where a school like USC, a private school with lots of money, stands a better chance, I think, than public schools do across the U.S. But schools are so outdated. I have a friend who's taking computer programming up at the University of Utah, which is one of the big state schools here in Utah, ironically.
No,
and
it's
he's
gonna be-
studying
it's-
right now,
it's-
out of the book.
It's actually going to be their own company, though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just so you
Out
know.
of the book, how to use and utilize floppy drives. Like it's just so, and he's always complaining. It's just so outdated.
Yeah.
That tends to be the nature of colleges and universities. I would be curious. Besides, like you have like your standalone there. All they do is teach you writing. They do like these boot camps are popping up everywhere. Those are not outdated. Those are I think legitimate. But big universities, I don't know if they're nimble enough to do this. But if anyone could do it, USC could do it. They have the George Lucas School of Film. They have the resources for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're
So-
going to...
Okay, go for
No,
it.
I'll just say they're going to do their own game publishing program that's going to focus on projects by students and faculty for PlayStation and Xbox consoles as well as PC. And
See,
mobile.
and this is the other problem. Who is running that program? Because the way that accreditation works, the way that programs work, is it an academic that's running it? Is it an ex-game developer? For this to be successful, you need a game developer.
But see, the people that
But the people that are making those decisions are not.
Here's an Annie Hall quote: "Those that do, or those that can't do, teach.
Yeah.
Those that can't teach gym." You know, so the people that are actually good at what they're doing aren't going to be the person teaching this class or this program. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? They're going to be golfing with Phil Spencer and making deals that gets them.
Well,
Forza.
I
That'll
just
buy
hope-
this company.
I just hope that a big school like this goes out and gets someone legitimate to be the dean of its program. Unfortunately, you have to have a PhD. You have to,
Yeah.
And so it's just hard to get that. Typically, if you're in computer programming, you don't have a PhD. You grew up programming. You got your certificates. A lot of people don't even have their bachelor's degree in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're really not there because of what you learned at school. You're there because of what you learned, what you're passionate about, and that's something you could have learned when you were a kid.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. And so I'm excited that big schools are seeing the value in it. Is it applicable? Is the program that they're creating applicable? It'll be interesting to see how it pans out.
Yeah.
Well,
Interesting.
yeah. David was interested in that story. You were right, Jordan.
Yeah. Conan.
I saw this.
Yeah.
As
There
a
is
kid,
a new Conan game coming out.
You're gonna like this, David. Did you see any of this?
It's
No, I
called
didn't see any of it.
It's called Conan Exiles, and it's just a new game coming out. No
Think-
release date yet, but their tagline is "Survive, Build, Dominate."
Think of Rust, but as a Conan Barbarian.
Yeah, they say it's going to be like a survival type of game.
Think
It's
of
kind of what
Mad
well,
Max and Rust.
They're not really saying anything.
Oh,
what
that's
we're
cool.
kind of getting. Yeah,
It would be even cooler if the main character in it looked like Arnold, was like modeled
Dude,
after
he
the
looks
Arnold Conan.
ripped.
He looks
Oh,
pretty
okay.
big.
He's a barbarian man. He's walking through the desert and he's like, "They call me barbarian."
Well, that's cool.
Yeah, very cool. New Conan game coming out.
I'm
so. They just have a little
it's
teaser
survival
trailer.
game, like a
Yeah.
Daisy survival game, right?
Yeah, that's what we're kind of. Yeah, that's what we're hinting at, basically survive, build, dominate type of thing. So check it out. It's called Conan Exiles. A little teaser trailer. Gonna be cool. Big story of the week. I'm just gonna read the headline. With
Go for
Destiny
it.
development rumored to be in chaos, Bungie names a new CEO.
Yes.
Take it away, David.
So
Take
I
it
read
away.
this. I read this story.
Take it away now.
Earlier today, the Bungie named a new CEO. Basically, they took their CFO, Chief Financial Officer, and made him the CEO. Basically, it's rumored that Bungie and people working on Destiny, that division was in chaos, and they made this change. I wish I could have reread the story before again.
Because there's a lot of pressure right now?
To freshen up, because I've really feeling the pressure. But basically, they felt that some wrong decisions were made. A lot of complaints about not communicating with the community. Delays in content that are being rumored.
Didn't you mention that this move is actually pushing things back until?
No. So this move, a lot of people it's rumored that this move came because things were being pushed back.
So
releases
really far.
The next Destiny is supposed to come out in September, which is a long time, and they think that, or it's rumored that
it's
it
all
was going to be
rumored.
pushed back even further, and that's
Bungie-
part of what went into making this change.
Bungie being there's leading up to, his name is Harold Ryan, the old CEO. Leading up to his departure, it's also rumored that Bungie's development was in a state of chaos.
Yeah.
So it's all. I mean, we don't know
Do we-
what's
do we-
happening over there, but
do we think that is accurate? Does it
I don't know,
feel that was what was happening?
Since
We're
the Taken
we're on the
King,
user end, so we obviously don't
Yeah.
know a whole lot.
Well,
I definitely think wrong decisions were made.
I think from release, a lot of wrong decisions from like a year before the release, where we hear stories of them scrapping the campaign story 9 months before release.
Yeah.
And then I think there's, from what I can tell, I think this sounds about right. What's been going on?
Yeah.
In the background that we don't know about.
Yeah, I agree. So, Destiny, is it dead? Can it revive itself? Will it come back?
I would
I
say-
know that's a really loaded question, and controversial.
I would
I
say
think it's worth having.
right now it's dying, and this will kill
people
it.
are just playing other games.
Yeah. No, yeah, like think about it.
Yeah.
So we were the rumor was September, and now the rumor has been it might have been pushed back to December.
Yeah, it says,
think of an MMO that doesn't release anything for 9 months. Or almost when did Taken King come out? Was that November?
It was like
September?
September, so a year.
A full year of no changes in a game where that is crucial to
What do you
the-
mean a full year with no changes?
What else has been
No major release.
Oh well,
Major
they
release.
had
Sparrow
Dark
Racing.
Below. Oh,
No, but from the Taken King.
from the Taken King.
the
till
next
now.
time something comes out is
September.
rumored to be
Yeah.
September. That's a full year.
Well, and actually, it's like you said, it's suggested it might be later.
So this was all based on a story over at Kotaku, and it said, according to the story, Bungie's management had trouble communicating with fans as well as employees about the direction they intended to take the game.
I'm just saying, like a game like this, you need to add a little bit of gasoline here or then.
yeah.
Here and
Well,
then.
and the thing is the gameplay is solid.
It's
It's
great.
a good game.
It's a good
All you got to
game.
do is it's just like Titanfall was a great game, but you play it so much and you just need to,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Well, and then you have
It's
games,
that life cycle you talk about. You
Yeah.
need to revive the life cycle every once in a while.
especially if you have a 10-year plan for a game.
One like a game like this, I think Destiny is unique in the way that Division is unique. Is it wants to be this open world, ever expanding. Division's never really said that, but Destiny has.
Mm-hmm.
They're trying to be like MMOs on the console. Is the best way to describe them. But in MMOs like World of Warcraft, I mean, you get an expansion every other year, right? The game is always being updated for events throughout the year.
Well, they have patches.
They have patches that
Constantly.
include new raids and stuff like that. Right?
So from the
It's,
story, and I quote, at one point, word was, and this is talking about their miscommunication to both employees and to fans. At one point, word was that microtransactions added in October would be cosmetic only. But soon enough, the studio quietly started selling level boosters as well. Bungie's leadership has also has also missed the boat on what content will launch this year and what they'll say for Destiny 2, as well as whether near future content will be free or paid. Basically, it doesn't seem like they had clear, decisive direction.
Doesn't sound like they have like a timeline, you know, like.
Well, and what's so unfortunate is it was always sold before years ago as a 10-year project, and something's got to be laid out for that 10 years. I wonder what's happened between then and now to have caused this bad management. Not on Bungie's part necessarily, but I mean, from the
I don't
from
know
the ground up.
I don't know what Activision's doing to them.
Yeah, that's what I
Because
mean.
Activision is the publisher, so
Yeah.
I don't know. I just don't know.
I
just
think
play the game.
Activision would have experience with MMOs because of Blizzard.
Well, I think the way that partnership works is Blizzard says, "Hey, you give us more money to do what we do. We'll give you money that we make, and that's all we do."
And they
You know,
and they,
like,
and they
and
made
say,
that
you
deal
know, yeah,
on the golf
And that-
course.
Yeah. Over a par 3, bet. But I think because if you look at Blizzard, Blizzard's very much its own thing still. I think
Yeah.
it's just a mutual partnership. I mean, I know they're one company, but I think it's more of a mutual partnership between those two.
Well, if you
Because when Blizzard releases something, Activision's name is nowhere near it.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, when let's say you're Activision, okay,
Mm-hmm.
and you have this investment, and 9 months before, or just seeing all these stories about the back end of Destiny, Bungie, you know what I mean? If you see all this stuff, wouldn't you want to make changes? Wouldn't you want to nudge them, push them a little bit? Because this game's falling apart
Yeah.
because of the delays.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And-
Well,
and-
I mean, less and less people are playing.
Less
Well-
and less people are playing too.
well,
yeah, so
you know what
not
I mean?
it's
Like,
not
it's-
just that, but you know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
to be fair,
I don't know. From a gaming perspective, I think they need to at least come out with maybe
They need something to drag us back in.
a
right? Pull us
summer,
back in.
like maybe a summer DLC. You know, just maybe like another raid, throw in another raid for the summer just to keep people going for the summer, and then a full expansion in the fall. You know what I mean? Like you need. I
Yeah.
don't know. They
Well,
need something because I'm not interested. Like now that I've played the Division, which we'll talk about later,
You're done.
Really, yeah. Well, I mean, I haven't played Destiny in a while because Witcher's been taking over
Well,
my
and-
life. But I
and-
mean, there's just so many other games that I can play.
to be fair, you only play Warcraft when it comes out with a new expansion.
Well,
or-
yeah.
So you
So
jump
you
on
get
to-
into it for a few
month.
months and
Yeah.
you know do this and that, and then you go on to
maybe
the next
this
thing.
maybe this might be the same kind
Yeah,
of a deal.
Yeah. And Destiny does get a lot of press. It's like the Donald Trump of the video game world,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, okay, I can see that.
Really, I mean, that's
Well, I
Destiny.
mean, and
so,
I mean, it's still
so
got
things are always blown way out of proportion
It's
compared
still-
to other games, I think.
it's
but-
still got its
Fair
hardcore
enough.
players, and it's still got a good community behind it. But I mean,
Yeah.
it's just, but most games do. I mean, but I don't know. It's just, it's going to be interesting to see where they go.
yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Yeah.
pretty
Interesting story,
big
nonetheless.
for the week. Yeah.
Witcher.
No, that was just from earlier. Just wanted to let you know that was
Oh,
still
all
free.
right.
So Witcher's still free. If you
Grand
wanna go
Theft
check it
Auto
out.
5 this weekend.
Yeah, double XP event runs all weekend to mark the parachuting mode release. So check it out. GTA Online double XP weekend. Now through January
So,
31st.
but speaking of Grand Theft Auto, McSpicy, I did not have a chance to play in the Grand Theft Auto community play, but I have been watching the community play videos on YouTube, and that game is genius. I just think that game, there's an example of giving you reasons to continually come back to it, and it's not even built like an MMO or anything like that. Watching those events, those races,
Yeah.
the variety, how fun they are, that could be a game all on its own.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Standalone, sold separately, and it's all included in Grand Theft Auto 5. Amazing.
Yeah, this game. Okay, because I have a love-hate relationship with it because it's so good, but connectivity issues hurt my feelings.
Yeah.
Because it takes so long to get a good big party together,
Yeah.
or to get your friends together, and it's just a downer. If it was just a little different, this game would have been one of the. I mean, it still is one of my favorite games of all time.
We would be playing it a lot more because it would be more accessible with
Yeah.
the online play.
It's like I have to work to get to have a good time. When other games like Witcher, I can just have a
Yeah.
good time.
yeah,
You know.
yeah.
But I mean, the potential of that is it's so good. You have your place where you can hang out with your friends and then you watch TV.
Oh,
you know,
man.
look out the window, cars are exploding. You know, kind of. It was all there, but it just didn't.
Well, it's still. I will say the gameplay. Watching that community play.
Oh, it's so when you
Yeah.
get it.
You guys are just
And-
having a blast,
and-
right?
Yeah.
So the reason they're doing this is to celebrate their new mode that came out, which I think would be a good video for community play. It's called Drop Zone. What you do is up to 16 players simultaneously compete in a race to leap from cargo bobs and deploy parachutes and hold a small designated patch of land for 2 minutes.
Oh, that's cool.
So you have to parachute out of the plane, land on the land, guard it, shoot other people while they're still parachuting. So very cool, man. So they're doing the Double XP weekend to kind of celebrate the new game mode coming out. So
Okay.
check
Cool.
it out.
Cool.
Very cool.
Ah, man, if that game had no connectivity and it was a simple invite players to play and there were playlists like a Call of Duty playlist or something, that game would have rocked my world. Like I would not have played any other game for a year.
Have they not fixed? Even the menu is confusing on online mode. How to invite people in?
Yeah,
How to
with
choose?
you either do the phone or
Yeah.
and it's just does the phone work this time? Does the party invite work this time?
Don't have cell
Do I-
service.
yeah, yeah. They
don't
made
have
it.
service.
Yes,
I put it into the story. You gotta have
They have to play on the.
Anyway, we talked about this last week. Infinity's Armor was previewed, and it is out now. Very cool. You got the new maps. You got the new arena map Riptide, new Warzone map Warzone Assault map Urban. You got the Halo 2 Battle Rifle Rec card, the original the battle rifle from Halo 2.
That's cool.
You got the new armor set, the new assassinations. Very cool. All free. New skins, weapon skins, rec cards, all that fun stuff. All free. Go ahead and download it. Or not download it. It should be just automatically updated on your Halo game.
Yeah.
Check it out. We got Gunscape coming in March of this year.
Okay, this game we're gonna play together.
Yeah.
It looks awesome. You basically create first-person shooters, like Wolfenstein type first-person shooters.
And
It looks so
and
much
it's
fun.
multiplayer,
A
too?
multiplayer. You all play in it. You
can build with your friends.
Test your high score. Everything.
Sweet.
Gunscape looks like a good time.
It like reminds me of Doom.
Yeah. Okay.
Like, stuff like that, yeah.
Well, yeah. I look at the guns and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sweet.
So very cool. Gunscape coming out in March. Very cool. Song of the Deep. Very interesting game coming out. Or is it already out?
no, it's
No, it's
not
coming
out
out.
yet.
Yeah, $15 on Xbox One. It looks really cool. It's a platformer.
It reminds
Side-scroller,
me of Ori,
submarine.
Ori and Child of Light if
They were in
you
a
were
submarine.
underwater.
If they were in a submarine. Awesome.
It looks really cool. Really, I will probably get this game.
Yeah.
cool. Cool.
So also Battlefront, Star Wars Battlefront. We got a patch that came
Nerfed.
out. Yep, a lot of nerfs coming to some of the most powerful weapons. One of them being the DL-44 overheat tweaked fire rate was changed from 250 to 180.
Oh, that's a good 35%
Yeah,
or so
yeah.
decrease. Wow.
So basically, a nerf balances. I haven't got to play after the patch because I didn't play Battlefront at all this week. But yeah, big patch. Go over to Battlefront in the forums. They have a full list of patch notes, but that's just one of the big ones, the DL-44. But anyway, rebalancing the game, making sure everything's nice and tight.
Nice.
Yeah, so very cool. Check out the new patch.
Seemed like a huge patch. That looked pretty
yeah,
big.
yeah, a lot of tweaking, but it's mostly balancing stuff. That balancing act.
Yeah.
Spin the plate, slow down this plate. You know what I mean? The old
Make this one go
Yeah.
faster. Slow this
I don't
one down.
I don't envy that job in the gaming industry. The balancer.
Well, everyone would hate you
I
no
know.
matter what you did.
It's a no-win situation.
Yeah.
The majority of people would hate
What do they
you
call
every
that?
single
Star
time.
Trek, the Kairobashi maneuver.
Oh,
that
yeah.
Captain Kirk.
Yeah,
It's a
You'd
no.
have to- yeah.
It's a no win. The only way to win
No
is to
wins
cheat.
Oh yeah.
Was it ever proven that he cheated? No one knows.
I think he confessed in Wrath of Khan.
Did he? I don't think he did.
Well, the guy that his son said, "Well, you cheated."
Well, but everybody says that, and he just goes, "Oh, okay." You think that?
Wow, I didn't know this was
Didn't know I
up for
cheated.
debate. Yeah, man, I got to rewatch
Yeah,
these now.
so do I, yeah.
Next time, I'll be prepared.
Anyway, Deep Silver coming out with Homefront of the Revolution.
That's right. He never admitted because on the new one he was like, "It was a no. It's your game.
I don't believe in no-win situations.
Your game itself
He
was
goes,
a
"You-
cheat."
He goes, "Your game itself was a cheat." And he goes, "It's a no-win situation to train you. I don't believe in no-win situations." He never says he
And then he's
cheated,
like,
yeah.
"You're just mad that I beat your dang program." That's funny. Hey, thanks for
yeah.
updating my mind with
So,
Captain Kirk.
anyway, Homefront the Revolution is getting a new co-op mode called Resistance, and the dates for the beta Closed beta, only available on Xbox One, February 11th through the 14th. I signed up. Hopefully I get in. The more I watch this game, the more interested I get. It's one of those games. It's like I first saw it and I was like, meh. Then I saw it again and I was like, huh. And then I saw it one more time and I was like, oh. And then it just keeps...
One more time and be
Yeah.
like, I think I'll get
Oh,
it.
yeah. So they just had a new 2-minute trailer kind of showing off some of the modes, the co-op modes. Very cool. In the Resistance mode, it's up to it's 4-player co-op. You do... you form a resistance cell and basically do the missions and stuff like that. So very, very cool.
Cool.
Yeah. Fallout 4 mods on the Xbox One. Remember, this was a big deal. Bethesda plans to share some more details soon. So they came out with details telling us that they're going to share more details about it soon.
So, hey, upcoming details on our details?
Yeah. We got some upcoming details on some details you're going to want to know about.
Mods are
soon.
coming. That's all you need to know.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's kind of funny when companies do that.
The coolest mod I've seen is the Borderlands mod. Have you seen that one?
Uh-uh.
Yeah, so they make it look like Borderlands,
Oh,
like art
that's really
style.
cool, yeah.
It looks cool. The game should have been done like that. I think it looks really cool.
That is cool.
Wow.
Because the PC can mod it, obviously, but the mods coming to the console. We'll have more details on that soon. Stay
Coming.
tuned.
Details on the deets.
Very cool. So the big story, in my opinion, or my favorite story of the week, is the Division beta came out. Xbox got it yesterday. It's now live for everybody today. If you're having trouble installing it, because I actually didn't know what to do, and then I found out how easy it was, and I was like, oh, well, that's easy.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah, you just go to the store and download it. It's actually very... I overcomplicated. I was like, man, how? Because I pre-ordered it and it didn't. I thought it would just like automatically install or give it to me, and it didn't give it to me. And I was like, huh, interesting. How does this work? And I scrolled over
because you're on his box, because you box share.
Yeah.
It would have. Did yours download automatically?
No. You have to go in and actually separately download the beta.
Oh well,
yeah.
I just went in and downloaded the beta.
Yeah, but
I always have to do that because
that's what you have to do.
Every
though.
game I buy goes to the other box. The one I game share, Jono's.
Yeah, as soon as you buy it, it'll start downloading on yours and then automatically download to the box you're sharing on. But you had a code though, didn't you?
Yeah,
and it gave you the beta. So if you pre-order the game will. I don't think mine actually downloaded. It didn't, so I got to fix that. But anyway, I bought the game, so I get access to the beta. What you have to do is it won't automatically install the beta for you. You actually have to go back to the store, type in Tom Clancy's The Division beta, and there will be its own game that you download. And I don't know if anybody can I think anybody can download that, but when you pre-order it, you do have access to it. So, but
Cool.
Anyway, so the beta started yesterday, going all the way through Monday. Very cool. And in the spirit of the Division, because I know everybody's going to be playing it all weekend, I was looking up tips all day, so I'm going to share those tips with you. So,
hey, good. Thank you,
the
Jordan.
first
I
tip,
love
and
it.
they're all over the place, and most of them are pretty simple. So the first one,
I love it when Jordan's
first tip-
bored at work, and I love it when you're bored at
Yeah.
work too. I just
is
benefit from you guys.
squad up. Always have friends. Never enter the dark zone alone.
I've
Everybody's
never
saying-
been
you've
to the
telling
dark
me that.
zone
You've
I
yet.
been
told
telling me-
you.
you've been
I
telling me
said
that.
you bring a crew.
And everybody's been saying never enter the dark zone alone. Form a squad.
Question.
Always have start using proximity chat. People say.
Question.
yeah.
Answer.
So we know squad in regular game is 4 players. Team up with 4 players. Go. When you're in the dark zone, is 4 players still the max?
I don't know because you go into the dark zone together. I wonder. We'll have to try. I think it might still be 4, which
Okay.
I'm surprised because for some reason, and maybe I'm just
I
an
would
idiot.
think-
It'd be cool if we could roll in there with like 20.
That would be so sad for
You would have
everyone
to.
else.
You'd have to get in the dark zone first, though.
Yeah.
Well, you technically can because.
Well, the Dark Zone only holds 24 players, right? In each instance.
Yeah. Well, okay. See,
Oh,
that's the
okay.
problem because like you.
So it's
because
going to
I'm
be
thinking-
6 teams of 4. So it's going to only be 4.
Yeah.
If there's only 24.
But the thing is my
But
thing
some
is
of those people aren't a full team.
Yeah.
when you get into the dark zone, you can team up with other players, but it's all instances, so it'd be hard to get into the same.
And
one,
it's-
unless you can invite your friend to that dark zone.
And on top of that,
but they
it's-
might prevent that for cheating reasons.
It's that aspect of Rust, DayZ,
Yeah.
H1Z1. You don't know if they're just going to stab you in the back later.
Yeah, which they might. I would.
Yeah, Castle will.
Depending on what you get.
Chat
Every time-
just says he
Don't
just
tell
went
me
into
what
the
you
dark
loot
zone and got destroyed
because I
right
will
away.
kill you.
Yeah. Just say you have just greens.
Yeah.
All I have are greens and walk away.
Just
It's not worth it. Trust me.
What'd you get from that rare chest? Nothing.
I got a soda.
Really, I just there's something about it. I just don't want to.
No, that's why. That's
Yeah,
why
it's-
the Dark Zone appeals to me because
Yeah,
I
very
really
cool.
like those. Every time you see another player, your butt clenches.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's a good feeling.
So to to illustrate that you need to go in there with friends, Castle Will Kill in chat just said he just went in. He's playing while listening to us.
Yeah.
He just went into the Dark Zone and got destroyed right away.
Yeah, you need a crew. You need a crew.
Cool.
Anyway, so squad up.
Is there
tip
matchmaking
number 1.
on the Dark Zone?
I don't know.
Because I know
there's matchmaking on missions.
on
and stuff, yeah.
missions. Be
So squad up is the first tip. The next one is learn the lay of the land. Get to know your map. Get to know the missions, the areas, where enemy AI is, and stuff like that. Just get to know, which are basic tips.
Okay, that's-
Resupply often.
Also a basic
So,
one.
Yeah, basic one. But I forget to do that.
I don't. Every time I go in and out of a door,
I've seen
I hit that
resupply
resupply
boxes
box.
a lot actually, and I just go, I don't need it. But resupply as much as you can, always. Don't just loot to loot.
okay, that one is one I need to work on. I
Yeah,
take
and
everything.
I just all the
I'm a
time.
hoarder.
At
Yeah.
a certain point, you just don't take the whites anymore, and at a certain point, you just don't take the greens because you're, you know what I mean.
So
But
in the Dark Zone, don't take the greens at all. You're
Yeah.
going to get blue drops. You're going to get purple drops. Greens are worthless, and you're limited to 6 slots.
and just so everybody knows, and I actually think this is a great feature in the game. They have said, and it has been said, that the Dark Zone is where you will get the best loot in the game.
yeah, it's for sure.
Yeah.
the drops.
And I
you
like
can,
that.
You can tell a difference for sure.
Yeah.
And you're like I said, you're limited to 6 slots. So if you're filling those up with greens, that's bad
Yeah.
because.
Yeah. Well, that's
why you
the
tell
thing.
people.
You're
I just got greens. It's not
Yeah.
worth killing me.
Yeah, and there's only 6 of them. That's why. That's the next thing. There's only 6 slots, so you don't want to pick up everything. You don't want to.
Yeah.
You don't want to. I don't know about upgrading bags later, but as of right now, it's all gonna get erased anyway. So
Yeah. So do whatever you want.
Yes, yeah,
Whatever.
all right, second one. Be smart about going rogue. If you decide to go rogue, because you can't play this whole game single player, if you choose to, don't be an idiot. Basically, if
So-
you're by yourself, you might want to take on a guy that's built for a lot of people to kill.
For people
Or
that
go to the
haven't-
Dark Zone.
For people that haven't played it yet, going rogue means you kill an innocent person. Basically any person you kill that is not rogue, which means they have a red icon above their head or whatever. If you kill them to take their loot, you become a target. You become a bad guy.
Yeah.
People can get a bounty by killing you, and you show up on the radar. You have to hide for whatever seconds it is. I think it's 300 seconds, 200
Yeah.
seconds, something like that.
in Dark Zone.
In Dark Zone.
Okay,
This is
yeah.
just Dark Zone.
Yeah.
So if you shoot somebody to take their stuff, you just became a target for everyone in the map.
And it notifies them.
And it notifies
Lets
them,
them
and then
know.
they'll come and get you because they get very rewarded. If you're the rogue, you cannot fight back.
Does it tell, like, put a waypoint and say there's a rogue right there?
You'll pop up on the map.
Because I feel like that might be a little too unfair because the whole map can just converge on you.
that's the point of Dark Zone.
I guess you're right.
It's a total. If you want to take that punch, because there's a lot of reward with that risk, you can get their gear, and if you survive the 300 seconds, you get a ton of cash to buy. That's another way to get purple gear is to buy stuff from
Yeah.
a vendor outside.
So like I was saying, if you're gonna go rogue, make sure you have 2 or 3 people with you.
And you can't
To-
fight you cannot that
help
every
you.
time you shoot at somebody and a bullet hits them, the timer restarts. So if you're rogue, you have to run, or that timer will never
or be
disappear.
with a group that can help you defend. So
Yeah.
don't kill a guy unless
But
you
see,
have
if you keep
2 or 3
defending,
people with you.
if you keep defending, you're going to
Keep,
keep
yeah.
resetting that time. So you have to hide for those amount of seconds.
But you can't hide though because of the waypoint.
yeah,
that's
so
on
you just have to run. You take the gear and you run.
That's hiding.
yeah. So anyway, just be smart about going rogue. Always have friends with you to help, or like McSpicy said, run. The next tip is actually pretty awesome. Always kill the rogues. Hunt down the rogues.
Like McSpicy just said.
So be smart about going rogue if you want to decide to go rogue. But if you see a rogue player, get them. Always be on the hunt for the rogues because killing them in the Dark Zone gains you a lot of experience and Dark Zone dollars.
Cool.
Money, currency.
Cool,
Very
really cool.
So, but anyway, those are just the basic tips they kind of had online.
They were
over
pretty
at
basic.
GameSpot, and the betas for the weekend. But anyway, it's a lot of fun. So
Cool.
check it out.
That is a lot of fun. Moving on to the questions. If you want to submit a question every Friday on Facebook is the main spot to submit a question, but you can also send one in the forums, to our emails, Twitter, wherever you would like. First question actually comes from the forums this week. I thought this was posted. I thought maybe it'd be a good one to answer on the show. This RT Pancake. Listen to this. These are the games that he got at Christmas time.
Okay.
He got Destiny the Taken King. Well, he was working through Destiny the Taken King. Witcher
time.
3, Fallout 4, Rise of Tomb Raider, Halo 5, Game of Thrones, Madden 16, and Star Wars Battlefront.
Wow.
He says, I don't have as much time to game like Jordan.
No one does. No one does.
But he says, what order do you think I should play these other games in? Obviously, Battlefront and Madden will be played sporadically in between the other play to beat type of games, but I don't want to abandon Destiny or Witcher 3 either. I need your help, X1 Bros. What games should he play first? How should he knock out that list?
Witcher by far.
Witcher?
That's going to take you. I
So
think,
he
the
says right
longest.
now he's 22 hours into Witcher.
Holy, see what I mean? That's my point.
But see, he wants to knock games out, right? Isn't that the point of that?
Correct, yeah.
Okay, well, I
if you
guess-
jump
okay.
on The Witcher,
So you
you're not
can-
going to be knocking games out. You're
So,
just going to
okay.
be playing The Witcher.
then I guess you can go. But see, Tomb Raider has some side stuff.
He
They
wants-
all have side.
He, well,
stuff
he
you
wants
can
to
do and
help
get
us.
distracted
He wants
with.
help prioritizing the games in some sort of order so that he can play them over the next several
Okay.
months and beat them.
Okay.
I have all those games, and this is how I would do it.
Okay, go ahead.
Witcher, just pound through that. That's
Main
that's
story.
the big cake.
Does
right
he
there.
focus on main story? Don't get
You know what I
distracted
mean?
by side quests.
I would go main story, beat the full game, which is still going to take you a good chunk of time,
Mm-hmm.
and then after that, it can be like your sporadic game. I'm going to jump in and do a few side quests, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like your Battlefront and your Madden.
Sounds
right?
like a good plan.
And then after that, I'd go Halo 5 because it's a good, you can beat about 8 to 10 hours. Sit down, Halo 5, I'd beat that one. And then I'd go for Tomb Raider after that.
Okay.
Tomb Raider-
Why in that order?
That's just because.
What about Fallout 4? Where does Fallout 4 fall in there?
If you want, you can put Fallout 4 either after The Witcher or behind the other two.
I think
because
I'd
that's
put.
another.
I would separate The Witcher and Fallout 4.
Yeah, because those are two games that you can
Back
get
to back,
very
that's
distracted.
intense.
Yeah, but same thing with Fallout 4. That's what I did with Fallout 4. Power through that main quest, and then now I'm done with it. I can be like, okay, well, I beat the main story, and I can I can go back.
McSpicy,
Do
agree
something
with
right there.
Jordan's analysis? Disagree?
So Witcher.
Keep going, Jordan.
So I'd go Witcher, Halo, Tomb Raider, Fallout 4, and I feel like that gives you because, like, for example,
Don't forget, he also has Destiny.
I would put Destiny in. Well, you can probably beat Destiny in like a night. So
It's true.
you know,
And Halo.
Yeah. Well, yeah, Halo. But the thing why I do that in order because you got Witcher, hardcore fantasy role playing game. You're gonna tire yourself out. You're gonna want to jump to a first person shooter. Really mix it up.
Okay.
First person shooter. You're gonna be like, ow, I need an adventure game. Tomb Raider.
I see where you're going
Yeah,
with this.
and then after
Yes.
Tomb Raider, you're gonna want to come back to that RPG and go with Fallout 4.
Sound strategy. Very sound strategy.
And then
McSpicy.
I agree with the Battlefront, Madden, and Destiny. I would throw in every once in a while.
I'd throw that as more sporadic as
yeah,
well.
sporadic as well.
McSpicy, go. Agree? Disagree?
Well-
where did Jordan take RT Pancake astray?
So to tell him to do The Witcher first means don't play games for a good 6 months.
Yeah, you got to pound that. That's what all week I've been playing The Witcher, trying to beat it. You just got to pound that one out.
I think I replied to him on. Did I reply to him on that forum? Or is that the?
You probably did.
I
no.
think, oh, I didn't.
No, it doesn't look like
Oh,
it.
way to go.
Oh, well, okay. Well, I thought I did, so maybe I didn't. Witcher is a game where you'll get lost. You will get lost. You will forget to sleep. You will forget that you haven't showered in 3 days. You are realize you'll snap up and go, oh my gosh, I got to work.
Yeah.
You know, that's a game that will absorb his life, and he won't play any other game. So my fear is,
But the nice thing about Witcher is it does separate. It always tells you what the main quest is, so you can pound through that main quest, even though that's still going to take you a chunk of time.
That's changing game style because I don't play games like that.
Yeah.
So I know there's other people like me that I think David's more like me, where he wants to explore. He wants to go to these side quests. You know, I'm an OCD guy. If there's a mission or a quest that's under my level, I have to do that before I can continue on the main story.
But if we're talking, does he want the most efficient way to beat it?
I think he wants a good time.
I think any way you play those games will be a good time.
Okay. Well, I'm just saying there's other people
yeah,
like
He
no,
me.
just needs help prioritizing.
Okay.
I don't know. And Witcher it's probably one of the best games ever made.
I would agree with that, actually, going back to it, yes. We've had this conversation the last couple of weeks.
And its expansions are very high. as
Yeah, and
well.
I've used the Mexican food. Paradigm. No, the Mexican food. What do you call those?
Metaphor?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
The Mexican food metaphor. I have had authentic Mexican food, and I can no longer eat normal Mexican food because it's terrible. When you have good Mexican food, it makes all other Mexican food taste bad. I wish that I had never had good Mexican food, because then all other Mexican food would taste good to me.
It's like when you date a really hot woman.
Okay. Same
Any
thing.
other girl you date, you're just like, oh, I mean, she's pretty.
So, Witcher is that kind of game.
It's the hot woman.
It's the
Hottest woman on the planet.
That is one of the best games. So when you play that and then you go back to, Destiny or something, you're like, I think I'm going to play Witcher again. Does that what, it's just, it
Sure.
lessens the flavor of the game because that game is so good. Anyways, I think Jordan's advice, just because of who Jordan is,
Jordan's the expert.
is way more
That's
superior
sound.
than what I have
do
to say.
think you have to separate though RT Pancake, Witcher, and Fallout. I do not think you should play
Well, you
those
just
back to
need
back.
like after a while, you like even
For
playing.
sure, that's a good point.
Even playing The Witcher, it's a great game, but after 6 months of playing The Witcher, you're gonna get tired of role playing fantasy. You're just gonna want a different style of game.
Yeah, I do
Yeah.
think you have to
so
switch those.
jumping to shooter, and then from shooter jumping to adventure, and then from adventure back to RPG.
Sound advice. Thanks, RT Pancake, for posting that in the forums. That's the kind of discussion that happens in the forums, everyone. So head over to the forums, join us in those daily, nightly, weekly discussions that distract myself
the
while I'm at work.
hot lady.
A
A definite 9.5.
Next question comes from Christian Klingler from Facebook. He says, hey, you guys compared Division to Destiny, and this really killed my motivation to buy Division. I want to like the Division, but hated the short single-player content of Destiny. You guys were talking how great Division will be in reference to Destiny's multiplayer, but what if we want a great open-world single-player? Any insight on the single-player aspect of Division? Love the show. Thank you very much. Thanks, Christian, for saying that, and that's an excellent question. We played the beta yesterday. Do we feel will it reach out to someone like Christian? Will it appeal to him who wants to play more single player, or is it more like Destiny where multiplayer only, multiplayer driven? Jordan,
I would like to answer this.
he had his
Okay,
hand.
he
Sorry,
did
he
have
had
his hand up.
raised.
Okay, fine.
Sorry.
Now he's going to have the perfect answer, and then I'm going to have to
I
follow up.
I just want to say I'll let you do the multiplayer part and the single player
thank
part.
you.
As for story, I have done one mission.
Good for you.
And in that one mission, because we got distracted.
Yeah.
David wanted to go up a building.
Yeah, I did.
See,
I was
he
going all over
plays
the
like
place.
me.
Yeah.
That's what I would have done.
Yeah. Anyway.
Then we went into some sewers. That wasn't.
Yeah,
my
that was a
idea.
waste of time.
That's what
Anyway.
I like, that there's sewers in this game too.
It's cool.
I'm sure in the final release there will be something in the sewer.
Well,
but
I
the
know
sewer
that
was-
I know that
think
what,
there was
I
a
don't mean
re-
to go on a tangent, but I know that one of the expansions include the sewers of the city.
Oh, cool.
So it'll be a new area under the city.
I might. Well, never mind because I'm going to do it anyway. So,
Okay.
So in that one mission that I did,
Sure.
from getting to the starting point, which is the docks, going to the mission in the city, that was more story in that one mission than Destiny had in its first year. So,
And that
If
was
you
what,
wanna-
15 minutes?
yeah, that took me about 30 minutes. If you want to use that as a story comparison, there are full-fledged cutscenes, voice acting. There is a story behind. We all know this,
Yeah.
the smallpox virus. There is a full story behind this, and it may not be Witcher story status, but there is a story. And
So far, from what we can tell.
from last night, we played for a good 2 to 3 hours.
Yeah.
In that 2 to 3 hours, I got more story than I did in a full year of Destiny. That's all I want to say about the story. I'll let Mark talk
McSpicy.
about
I heard.
Single player.
I heard complaints. Actually, Toastmaster B. He hopped on while I was playing last night, and he told me that he heard complaints about not seeing a lot of the story.
Sure.
I think we need to be careful because it's still a beta, and we don't know, if there's a lot of story or if there's not. And so I get frustrated when people complain about the story in a beta, because people have.
That's not what it's for. They're trying to test
They're
out.
trying to test. That's
They're trying
like
to test
things
things,
are
yeah.
locked. Go in your menu. Everything's locked. There's maps that are locked off.
Yeah. The whole map isn't even fully available to you.
Yeah. So
The Dark Zone full map isn't even available.
I think for I can't remember his name.
Christian.
Yeah, Christian. I think if you're worried about story, relax a little bit. Wait till March. And then kind of get the vibe, watch some YouTube Let's Plays, watch some plays on Twitch, see how real gamers, not journalists, but real gamers enjoy the game, and see what they think about the story.
Yeah.
I think right now it's a little premature to be stressing out about storyline when
Sure.
right now. I think it'll. Now going back to Jordan's comments, yeah. I'm trying to think of the only cutscene in Destiny. It's the one with the lady with the gun at the end of the game, the end cutscene where she gives you her gun.
Well, there's the one in the middle that you're like, wow, this is really interesting.
Where
And
some-
then
oh, yeah.
Well, at the very beginning, there's a cutscene.
So there's
with
literally 3 cutscenes.
Traveler.
There's the very beginning,
Yeah.
there's the middle, and the end.
And
And you still get no story from either one of those.
yeah. So
you meet the queen.
you do meet the queen, and
And
you're
you
like,
learn
oh,
all
this may get real.
You
and it
learn
didn't
all
get
about
real.
her on a website.
Yeah, and then if you go into your phone and read while you're on the crapper, you can learn a lot about the story. No, but I think the fact that we had cutscenes, voice acting, and I don't know how much Tom Clancy's name is involved, but he is an author and a very good author on political thrillers, on terrorist attacks, suspense, all that stuff. If at all that his name or son or whatever his company, Jack Ryan Enterprises, I believe is his company, if they're involved at all, I think the story is going to be superb.
Well, and the story is already good. I mean, we know the premise of the story. You're an agent of the Division who has been activated to help take back New York.
Yeah.
Which has been destroyed, and we're assuming maybe the world has been destroyed by a weaponized smallpox virus.
And so Rainbow Six, the novel, is about a special division of, anti-terrorist elite soldiers, and they prevent terrorist attacks. One of the terrorist attacks, I mentioned this on the show last week, was a biological warfare kind of attack. They stopped. I can see this being the evolution of if they did not stop an attack like that, this is what happened.
would
And
happen?
an XCOM or a Rainbow Six elite group or the Division is activated to try to fight.
Well, and even if
this
you
outbreak.
if you've seen all the trailers, it talks about how what was this, like the Silent Night trailer where it talks about how disaster is so far away from us, but now it's in New York, and then the Division was activated. But I don't know.
Well,
From the 3 sentence of it's
There's already more involved than
It sounds like an interesting story to say the least.
Yeah, well, I think Christian asked a great question. He was turned off by the multiplayer only, not multiplayer only, but that focus
But
aspect of
keep
it, and
in
you
mind-
couldn't really fully enjoy the game as a single player.
You can.
However, I'm just going to say that to wrap up, to kind of go along with what you guys are saying. From what I played so far, Jordan and I were teamed up in a squad last night. But I went off and did my own thing lots of times, and I at no point felt that I was missing out on anything being by myself. And one of the big differences that you don't get in Destiny because they're aliens, so they don't speak English. But when I was walking past these girls standing in the middle of the street in jackets,
and they're like, "Oh, look at David, he's so hot."
Yeah,
and you're
yeah.
like, "Yeah, pop the collar and keep walking."
and shot him in the face. But they were having discussions. The world is alive and living. It's just
Oh, it's beautiful too.
kind of in an apocalyptic tone.
It is like it looks like how a post-apocalyptic world would be from a biological attack. It looks
And
Well,
so
it's staying
amazing.
realistic. Well, I mean,
It's-
obviously, it's not realistic because it's a game, and but it's staying as realistic as it can.
Well,
be,
and so
given the Tom
it's
Clancy
believable.
name. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
like
Believable,
that
yeah.
could happen. You know
So
what I
based
mean?
on all of that, just from that, and it could be completely different when the game comes out.
Yeah.
I don't think if you are turned off by Destiny or turned off by games that really force you to play multiplayer, that this is going to be an issue for you. I think this is the case, at least so far. Preface it with that. This is the case that it seems like multiplayer only enhances your experience. It doesn't take away from it.
Yeah.
Well, and they have advertised you can play this whole game start to beginning by yourself.
Yeah, and
I
it
mean, you can-
seemed like it.
You can
It
do
seemed
the.
like it. Anyways, I think that was a great question.
Yeah.
Thanks, Christian, for sending that in. Again, if you have any questions, every week over on Facebook. If we don't answer your question, there's a lot that have not yet been answered. Stay tuned. YouTube, rapid fires. They're on their way. We have a bunch dropping soon. Your question will be answered there.
Oh yes.
All of them. All of them. And with that,
That's enough, the both of you.
oh, it's the portion of the show where we talk about what we've played and what we've been up to this week. I think I'll go first this week, if that's okay.
Fair enough.
Obviously, The Division. Really liked it, enjoyed it. I think this game is going to take a lot of my time. I was sucked in, unlike a game has sucked me in a long time, and that's saying a lot. I probably said that.
You almost didn't go to the gym.
I've said that. I almost didn't go to the gym yesterday. because of it. Yeah, true.
Hey, that's
McSpicy
true.
joined me.
I went to the gym with you
Yes,
too. That
yes.
was a
But
big deal.
The Division, it's just, it seems like a game that has something for everyone, just in the beta so far, and I appreciate that. I don't have to play a certain way. I can play exactly how I want to play, and that's how this game seems built, just from what I experienced, anyways. Now it could come out and not play that way at all.
Yeah.
But so far it seems that way, and I just really enjoyed it. I enjoyed the nice balance of making me want to look for stuff, making me want to, oh, what's over here? What's over here? Skyrim had that effect on me. Red Dead Redemption had that effect on me. Beta had that effect on me to a certain extent as well.
Yeah, and it has that RPG system.
Yeah.
That's the min max. What do you call it? Yeah, min max, where you can see a lot of information about your weapons. There's so many add-ons you can do. The gear you can get barrels, ammo, and it all changes. There's green, blue, purple. I don't know even all the. I know there's legendary.
It's your typical RPG color system. So white, green.
Crafting is in
Blue.
it.
Crafting this game, and the fact that it looks the way that it looks, the setting it's in, I'm afraid for my life because
it's very exciting. Like I said, do you think that's accurate? It seems like there's something for everyone.
Yeah.
yeah, I
in
would
that
agree.
game. I really liked it. I also played Witcher. Just a good game. What can I say?
We've talked about it
It's
time and time again.
It's just a good game. I didn't get to play any Madden.
Wait, so how far along are you on The Witcher?
I'm not that far. I started over. I'm
That's
probably
right.
like 7 hours in now, probably.
Right. Yeah, done with Bloody Baron.
No, I'm side questing it up like a maniac right now.
Okay.
Yeah. It's really fun.
It's a good time.
Good time.
What's so great about those side missions is, I mentioned this before, but they come back and bite you in the butt or help
Yeah.
you. Like,
Depending on what you do.
depending on what you do, there's so many things that how you reacted to how you had treated one person, they'll come back, and we're talking hours and hours and hours later in the game.
in a totally different location.
Yeah.
Can I say something? If they came out, and I wish Hearthstone would do this as well. I hope they do it eventually. It's going to make money. Sell Gwent cards. I will buy them. I will play that
Like
game.
real life?
Real life. In collector's packs. I will buy it. It's a cool game.
I think you got 2 Gwent decks in the
Yeah,
legendary
in the
edition.
legend. Yeah, but sell them like Magic does. Or,
That's so funny.
same with Hearthstone's the same way. I would still play it on whatever device, but I also would. There's something about collecting. Check out this rare card that I got. Boom.
Boom!
And everyone would be like, oh,
I think I got Geralt. He's a 15. Series of 15 too. I have both those
Oh,
cards.
very nice. See that? Anyways, that's just.
I
No,
didn't even
I-
know there was a Geralt in this.
There is. Yeah, I
don't
went,
play
I went
Gwent
on
very
like
much.
6 hours straight of looking for Gwent cards.
I have been going to merchants and buying up because you know how they'll like sell random
Yeah.
ones. I've been buying them all.
Have you hit the quest where you find the rares? There's quests.
Not yet.
So go
I have one quest that's already up about Gwent cards, but I've not yet done it.
do that because
Okay.
those are the cards you want. All the ones you're buying from the
Yeah, they're just like commons. And,
yeah. That quest line will get you Gwent cards that will win you games, and you play harder and harder people.
My strategy wins me games.
At some point, you're going to play people that it won't. Your strategy doesn't mean balls.
You think they'll ever patch the game so that you can multiplayer Gwent?
I think that would be good, like a good companion app.
Or just from in the game and then have leaderboards, have tournaments?
Nah, probably not.
That'd be cool, man.
I would
on.
say if they were going to do that, I would say it's going to be on a mobile phone.
Yeah.
I would do it.
Yeah.
I'd participate.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's all I played this week. Did I play anything else? No, that was it. That was it for me this week.
It'll be Clash of Gwent.
Clash of Gwent. Yes. Jordan, what'd you play this week?
So I played Halo and The Witcher,
Very nice.
and then of course I played The Division, and that's really what I'm talking about.
You want to talk about the
Yeah,
Division right now?
It's really good. I really enjoy it.
Okay.
Favorite part of it. What
I
you experienced.
really like the interface. I think it's one of the best interfaces, in my opinion. I mean, that's total opinion, but I think it's one of the best interfaces I've ever seen. I love the cover, system. I love like when you go, the arrow comes up just to go around cover. I mean, the interface is just odd. The map,
Cover
the
system is
the compass
fantastic.
on the map. I mean, it's,
Yeah.
the interface is fantastic. I love how the interface snaps on a cover. Like when you're, I mean, I just love where it is. I think the interface is fantastic.
And there's subtle things like the compass. You
Uh-huh.
bring up the compass. You don't even know it's there, but when
Yeah.
you look at the map, if you look at the outer edges where it shows the degrees of the compass.
the waypoint system where it's a line that you
the
follow.
navigation system on that, best I've ever.
The whole, I mean,
experienced in a
it can
game.
be. I mean, there is a lot going on your screen at once, but I don't feel like it's overbearing. Like it's just good.
Yeah, yeah.
So the game is fun. I didn't have any connectivity issues, which I appreciated. But when we were playing, it was only live to Xbox, so that is a quarter of of the amount of people that
probably
are
a small percentage
of a
the
lot of the people that are playing right now. But I mean, what I happened yesterday playing, I have very high hopes for launch. You know,
Okay.
I think they're doing their homework. I feel like they're doing their homework anyway, and I hope they are. I mean, I don't
Yeah.
know what's going to happen. But another one of my favorite parts is I actually tweeted it out and Instagrammed it today. Is there's actually an invite friend button,
Oh, I
Yeah.
did see that Instagram.
and it's actually so simple. It's not, I think they do the best of both worlds. They have their seamless multiplayer when you jump the fence into the dark zone. But then if you want a friend to come with you, you just go, oh,
friend,
A,
blue button,
yeah,
done.
On top
start A.
On top of that, I just love that when you're in your map, you can see every
yeah,
single
very
one of
cool.
your friends, where they're at.
Oh,
they're all
in
in their
real
own
time, in
instances.
real time.
Yeah,
In
explain
real
that.
dots.
Explain that. Yeah.
So when you open up your map, there's these little orange dots all over your map, and I was like, "Oh man, what's wrong? What is that? Everyone I can go see?" No, that was everyone who has friended me, and I've friended them back. I can see them where they're at in division, what they're doing, and I just hover over them, and I can join them. I can go over to their
Or
location,
invite them.
Invite
with
them.
one button.
Really cool concept.
No.
Really cool concept, though. Really
it kind
cool
of
concept.
remember in Fable where you would be like
You
playing
see the ambient orbs?
and
Yeah.
I saw your head like walking by me, and then we're like, you call me, hey, I'm right next to you in Fable. You know, where it's your game and it's my game, but we can see the little blips of each
Yeah,
other.
They called them ambient orbs.
Ambient orbs, same.
Albion orbs, sorry.
Oh, well, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Same concept here. Like you can look at the map and see
Yeah.
Jordan is just a block away from me in his own game. I'm going to join him.
Yeah.
We're right here.
And of course, I mean, you can, if you just want to play by yourself, you can set it to private and invite only in front. You still have all those options, which are great, but it's just so simple.
Yeah.
It's so simple that it's great. I don't know. You don't need to be overcomplicated and try and make it easy for everybody. It's easy just to go start, invite. And
what's funny-
when you invite, it pops up on the bottom of your screen, and you hit the right stick if you want to join. You hit another button if you want to decline. It's just such a simple, easy, perfect system.
Agreed.
What's funny is we say it's simple and it's easy. I'm sure that it was very complicated and very hard to make a
Yeah, it's
system
probably
like
super
this.
easy to do seamless multiplayer for people.
I just think something this good that I'm seeing is very hard to make, and
Well,
I think they did a fantastic
Even
job
just with
doing
like
it.
the interface, the menu, like from what I can see in the beta, between the interface, the guns and loot, the crafting, the vendors that you're going to get with your currency that you can buy upgrades, the mods, all this stuff. Like, I feel like they've put a lot of man hours into this thing.
Yeah.
And I can kind of see why it's been delayed a few times. You know?
And I never thought that like I really like Gears cover system. You know, Gears of War. This rivals it, and I would say it's better
I think the Division, and I'm going to say it, I think it's the best third-person cover system.
ever made.
Yeah, it's so tight. It feels fast. I mean, just pointing and holding A, which you can do in Gears too, but it just feels better. My favorite part is when you're on like a corner of a wall and you want to switch to the other corner, you just hold your stick and it
moves
pushes you
around
over.
it.
It's perfect.
Yeah.
and it has a meter if you're going.
Yeah.
You know, you can back out at any time.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, super cool system.
I love the recoil on the guns. I mean, it felt like it wasn't just, you had to still be strategic. I mean, it was
Yeah.
still, I mean, of course, it's not one shot, one kill, which people were complaining about, but you still got to be a squad. You still got to be strategic. You can't just unload on them, because if I unloaded on them, my bullets were everywhere.
Yeah.
I had to do, I mean, when I got that loot drop of the undersling,
Yeah.
or whatever they're called, handle, grip,
The grip.
it made I was like, oh my gosh. It made a huge difference.
No, and speaking of third-person shooters, usually it's just point in the direction and then it'll hit them.
Yeah.
This is very different from a third-person shooter that I'm used to. Like Star Wars, it'll hit them if you put the reticle over
Yeah.
their,
Yeah.
it'll just hit them. This if you get your first weapon, it's going to be flying everywhere. It's hard to control. Getting the grips, upgrading the weapon, and it makes it tighter, and you feel like you're increasing your weapon's effectiveness by scavenging, by upgrading
you
it.
can customize your weapon because you can get all the parts for it, which help your stats and get new. I don't know. It feels. I mean, it's a game.
It feels
it's,
well thought out.
It's a video game, so it's not realistic, obviously, because it's a video game. But it feels like as realistic as a video game RPG.
Well, it feels well thought out.
Yeah,
I think.
there you go. I mean, because I know a lot of people were complaining about realism because it's Tom Clancy, but
It's not a. It's Tom
But
Clancy's
it's an-
name. Think of it like he's the storytelling.
Yeah,
Tom Clancy.
it's-
maybe I don't know.
it's good.
If this game had one shot, one kills, it wouldn't work.
No, because it's an RPG game. It's a
Yeah.
role playing game, and you need that role playing game. But it's like David said, it's well thought out. Like I feel like I don't want to say this, but I feel like
Then say it.
unlike Destiny, when I play this game, I feel like they took their time and they really thought about how to do
Polished
it.
it up, tightened it
Whereas
up.
like now
Well,
sometimes I
Destiny
play.
was really polished. Best game, some of the best shooting mechanics.
No, I know, but I
ever.
feel like
But
I
it
have,
wasn't the complete
like
package,
when
or?
when this launches. Yeah, I don't feel like it was a complete package. When this launches, I feel like I'm going to
Think-
have a lot to do.
Think of if
Whereas
Destiny.
Destiny, we beat it quick. We got our light levels, like crafting. That you know how many hours of gameplay crafting would add?
True.
You know what I-
True. Or modding your weapon.
Yeah, yeah.
So what else did you play?
I already said just Halo and
Yeah,
Witcher.
didn't you hear?
Oh, sorry.
Stupid.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, I already said
I didn't make spicy. How about you?
I started out the week playing Witcher. I love that game. And that game is taking over my life slowly. Luckily, I had busy days at work, like Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and today, which balanced my life back up again. But that weekend was bad news for me. So there's a lot of Witcher playing. Then I also played. I think the only two games I played was Witcher and
Division.
Division. Yeah.
Thoughts on Division? Anything to add to Jordan or myself?
I'm very excited. It's a scary thing to think a game that good has an RPG system that will capture me in the way that it looks like it's going to. I actually am scared of these games because how OCD I am with, like, I play Witcher. I don't just beat the game. I want to explore every nook and cranny. I want to get the best gear. I want to follow all the quest lines. I want to upgrade my weapons the best possible way. Not only that, when I'm not playing, I'm looking at YouTube videos. I'm researching how can I improve my character. This game is scary in the fact that it can be so deep.
Yeah.
It's like the rabbit hole.
Oh, I know.
You don't know how deep it is until you jump in, and then you're in trouble because the rabbit hole doesn't end.
So it's safe to say we're all excited. Watch
Yeah.
it just be a huge disappointment.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
what we got in beta.
I
was
do have one. Yeah.
Well, but what we got in beta was good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do have one.
But that was just like as deep as it goes.
Yeah.
And there's just nothing.
The rabbit
Well,
hole just
yeah, it
stops.
stops.
It's ankle deep.
Yeah. that is
Well, I
so
do have
funny.
like one request or wish. I hope because I think Destiny does this very good.
Sure.
Is Destiny has excellent boss fights.
True. Yeah.
I think
I did notice
in a
none
shooter
of-
mechanic, Destiny has very excellent boss
Well,
fights.
we were on the roof on the helicopter mission last night. That
yeah,
was a
see,
pretty
and
good boss
that was a
fight.
fun fight. But I hope they add. I do like that. Like
different mechanics.
well,
boss
like I
mechanics.
love in the Taken King, you jumping from platform to platform. Obviously, you can't do
The
that.
Taken King is a couple years into the game too, and
No,
I
no,
think
no.
by
I
then-
know.
Yeah.
But I mean,
Well,
I
and we
love
haven't
that.
really met big bosses.
I love that mechanic. I mean, I know with Tom Clancy and it being very, more down to earth, I guess, than Destiny as its setting.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't. But I like a good boss fight. You know
like,
what I mean?
On the roof, in the first mission,
When I don't think a good boss fight is this boss has 1,000,000 health. Go get him. I mean, I like a
Yeah.
good boss fight. Like he may have a lot of health, but every 25% he does a huge ground pound. You know what I mean?
and
it's
then
something, you know what I mean?
and then
Or-
at 50% he changes his AI into something else, and then
yeah,
it
like
changes-
at 25% health, he'll bring out a flamethrower that
Yeah.
changes. You can't cover it anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't know. I like a good boss fight,
yeah.
and that's just what I hope for.
Is this a? I mean, it's an RPG,
And I
so
think-
it's a boss fight kind of game.
I think
No, yeah.
Destiny does an excellent job with boss fights, and I hope they kind of. I
Yeah.
hope the Division does too.
Yeah.
I hate to keep comparing it to Destiny, but they are. Very
Well, I
similar,
mean, they're
They go
similar
hand
in the
hand.
fact that it's a largely
Online shoot and loot.
shoot and loot. Yeah,
Shared world shooter.
Do you think there'll be a loot cave, a loot homeless alley,
A loot shack.
an alley that's
A loot
full of
garbage.
homeless people keep coming
A
out?
loot dumpster.
A loot dumpster.
With that, what will you be up to this week, McSpicy, and where can people find you?
This weekend, I'm going to be playing The Division until Monday's the last day, I believe.
And then we got
Um,
2 months. One more.
Then I'm jumping back into Witcher, man. I am hooked. I'm hooked. I got to. I've worked on all the Witcher gear. Sorry, I didn't mention this. I'm working on all the Witcher gear. I'm
very
working
nice.
on all the Gwent cards.
Yes.
All the stuff that doesn't matter in the storyline. So I'm working on all those.
But it's an accomplishment.
yeah.
It is.
It is.
I'm trying to 100% Witcher, which
Oh, yeah.
is hard.
Very nice.
So I'll be playing that and Division, and maybe a couple games with you guys.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We'll find something to
Oh,
play.
we will.
Yeah. So, you can find me on Twitter at Mr. McSpicy.
Yeah.
Jordan.
So it's Jordan the Man XOB everywhere. I'll be playing The Division probably throughout the weekend, and then just The Witcher again. Same as Mark.
Very
So
nice.
good game.
I
Good for you.
myself, I'm X1Bros everywhere, Instagram, Twitter. I will be playing Madden this week. This weekend, obviously, The Division with you guys. And I keep jumping into ArcAge, by the way, to look at the servers. They're still full.
You mean Ark?
Arc? Why does I? Oh, ArcAge is the MMO. Yeah, Arc. My
Arc.
bad.
Well, they last week they added another.
Just
That
goes to show you how
game.
popular
I
it
want to
is.
know how much money that game has made just off of previews. It's like it's probably the number one game played right now
Yeah.
on the Xbox Live. It's always in the top 4 or 5 that I see.
Yeah, it's because you can ride dinosaurs.
And it's always full. Like the lowest server I could get in is like a 68 out of 70.
I think last Tuesday they added another 102 servers.
Yeah. Well, I checked on like Wednesday. Yeah, I checked Wednesday before soccer. Still.
They gotta go to Amazon's like server farm
Yeah,
and just
they're-
start renting like crazy.
I have to figure out something. But I will be in Madden and that. Oh, and remember, everyone, prepare for the Madden tournament. Head over to the forums. Check out. We'll post all the information there. There'll probably be more news about it next week. Patreon. x1bros.com/support. Please head over. Check us out. Check out what Patreon's all about. Just a good way to support us. And thank you so much, everyone who has supported us. We love playing with you guys. It was
Yeah.
really cool to see everyone in Division last night. All
Yeah.
the friends. Friend us, we'll friend you back. Xbox Live. We'll see you guys later. Have a great week.